COVID-19 is a respiratory disease currently spreading across the world. Decisions made at every level, whether it be state actors or the individual, will affect others around, a cycle that can either break the chain or keep the virus thriving. The goal of my research is to determine what kind of transnational linkages caused by COVID-19 exist and just how far is its global reach. When looking at global exchanges in relation to medical supplies, we first look to Wuhan, China. With China's hospitals depleting their resources and being overrun by sick patients, the need for medical supplies was so immense that the U.S. government sent various types of medical supplies, such as masks and respirators, to China, amassing a total of 17.8 tons. When other parts of the world started to be affected by COVID-19, Turkey followed suit by sending 2 shipments of medical supplies, primarily personal protective equipment, to America, which included 500,000 surgical masks, 4,000 overalls, 2,000 liters of disinfectant, 1,500 goggles, 400 N95 masks, and 500 face shields. Additionally, Turkey has donated similar supplies to 55 countries, which include places like South Africa, Britain, Italy, Spain, and to Palestinians in the West Bank and Gaza. Taiwan, another notable contributor, has donated at least 11 million masks to areas such as the U.S., multiple European countries like Italy, France, and Spain, and to its 15 diplomatic allies, which are mostly countries in Central America, the Caribbean, and the Pacific Islands, as well as making plans to send more to countries in South and Southeast Asia. Looking to South Korea, 27 firms exported over $48.6 million worth of testing kits to a variety of countries including Brazil, Colombia, Japan, the UAE, the US, various European countries such as Italy, Hungary, Poland, Romania, among other countries. Another South Korean linkage is that their testing kits would cease to exist without ingredients from abroad. Heading east to Japan, they sent 43 countries free Avogan, an anti-flu drug, for clinical trials on its ability to treat COVID-19. Some of these countries are Bangladesh, the Dominican Republic, Laos, Qatar, and Uzbekistan. The relay of results and information on the treatment of the virus strengthens cross-border relations. One such between Japan and China. Japan began looking into the effects of this drug after Chinese scientists suggested that the Japanese-developed drug for influenza appeared to be effective in coronavirus patients. China later added it to its COVID-19 treatment standards, further connecting the two countries. In another act of solidarity across borders, German hospitals took in around 47 Italian COVID-19 patients. While donations of medical resources are extremely helpful, money is another source of international aid that can be used to provide things such as sanitation stations and other healthcare-related resources. The U.S. has sent around $508 million to the United Nations and nonprofit humanitarian aid organizations to help up to 104 nations, as well as Palestinian territories. India received $2.9 million from the U.S. Agency for International Development. ASEAN countries received $18.3 million from the U.S., and the U.S. State Department even committed to spending up to $100 million if deemed necessary to assist China in their rising death toll. For some countries, funds from abroad are the only way they will be able to fight against the coronavirus. This helplessness has led to cross-border negotiations and cooperation. About 80 countries reached out to Japan for access to Avogan, more than 20 countries asked South Korea for testing kits, and President Trump spoke with China's President Xi Jinping over the escalation and prevention of the coronavirus. The leaders of the U.S., Canada, and Mexico agreed to temporarily restrict non-essential travel between the countries' borders, a cross-border arrangement to prevent infected people from entering into a different country, while also requiring the 3 leaders to consider how it will impact trade, commerce, emergency services, essential needs, security, and economic ties. As we have discussed, as a result of the turmoil caused by the coronavirus, global interdependencies are expanding and growing stronger with the help of donations of money and medical supplies, exchanges of information and standards, cross-border requests and negotiations, and lastly, multilateral cooperation. Thank you.